distraction from the way the world operates. If we don't stick out, there's a problem. I said if we don't stick out, there's a problem. Hello? I don't, we can't be conformed to this world and think like they do. The scripture says by the renewing of your mind that we may prove what is the good and acceptable will of God. It is the will of God for us to be a city, as Jesus said, that is set on a hill that everybody knows. Everybody, hey, there's a city up there. Hey, there's a light in this dark room. Because when that darkness comes, who do they migrate to? They migrate to the light. Because they need to see. Because there's a lot of people stumbling in this world right now. They haven't got a clue what to do. They don't have a clue in what's normal and what's right and what's wrong. And they're confused. In church, people that are in darkness and stumbling and falling around, their life is a shambles. But when they see us and we have our problems, but we can see to go around the problems rather than to trip over them. And the world is looking for light. In church, you can't make me believe that the world is happy living the way they're living, in the confusion. There's nothing any worse than confusion, being confused, not knowing what to do or what to take. And we are a distraction from the way the world thinks. And we should stick out. Matthew 10:33 through 39. He said, but whosoever shall deny me before men, I will also deny him before my Father which is in heaven. I don't want to look at it. And voted for the wrong answer. And a lot of the people that knew the answer voted. Possibly be those of your own household. And it's like swimming up. He went on and he said, think not that I am come to send peace on the earth. Here it is. Butt heads with him because of his attitude. In church, let me tell you something. In the Lord, we're representing something. In the Lord, we're representing something that the world don't agree with. And he observed how things was going, and he looked at the facade. In church, people know the difference. In church, he said there, for he that loveth father, mother, or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. When it comes to family, it doesn't matter. Right is right and wrong is wrong. In church, we got to do the right thing. We got to do it the Lord's way. Because why? Because we're a city that is set on a hill. We are a light in a dark room. How are people going to know if you don't tell them the truth? That one guy, that litter box in the men's bathroom. Men's bathroom. You're going to what? And church, that's the world we're living in. And you see, are we in darkness? Oh yeah, we're in darkness. And sometimes those in our own families, Jesus said, and he said, he that taketh his cross and he that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. In church, we got to realize we can't deny this word. What are you going to do when we stand before God and we went along and got, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall lose a deal. They loseth his life for my sake shall lose a deal. They lose their life. It's a deal. They lose their life at the end of the. They lose their life at the end of the. Feels good. Does not mean it's right. At the end of the. Feels good. Does not mean it's right. It's good. Does not mean it's right. This great thing. Say, how in the world am I going to compete with this great thing? Say, how in the world am I going to compete with that? When they were selling rocks, craze and fads, and church sin is no different. And they were all going to get a ride. And they were all going to get a ride on the Haley-Bott Comet, and they drank all this poison and all died in the comet. We know who we are. She's in our senior league. She's, I don't know, maybe it's her son-in-law or whatever. Anyway, they're too busy. They ain't got time. And they're too busy. They ain't got time. And she was really depressed. And they've got to see. I said, if you can't, if you can't find it, I'm sure I could find somebody in our church. They don't care what they put. In closing, in verse 13. You're the salt of the earth. If it's lost its savor. I've seen it's watching. He's saying there's a city that's set on its watching. I've seen them give them a bath. They go right out and find it. Are you? No, you're not. No, you're not. He was abrasive. But he was truthful. Sometimes we feel like we're one of the few that stands. Be back in a minute. Pray for those that are not here. Everybody's sleeping in or gone.